Okay, then in this session, we would like to discuss the future of quantum industry challenges, innovations, and creation. To start with, I'd like to invite Mr. Kihara to give us a brief presentation. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. I'm a member of House of Representatives and LDP member and chairperson of Election Strategy Committee. Since I am the chair of election, why am I here? You might wonder why. Because quantum is extremely important. I am also a chairman of the quantum industry creation project team within our party. So thank you. Please move on to the next slide. The purpose we set is on 2040. By then, Japan is number one in quantum industry. So let me discuss where we stand today. Thanks to your efforts, we have seen increased wage level throughout the country. There has been increased domestic investment. This used to be only 80 trillion yen, but now it increased to 110 trillion yen. Keiranren, the Economic Federation in Japan, set a target of achieving domestic investment of 115 trillion yen by 2027, but this had already been achieved 2 years earlier. The next target set for 2040 is 200 trillion yen. These figures, numbers are not important. What achieves that is important. So the quantum becomes very important. As you can see, market cap ranking, we used to have 21 countries in top 30, but in the IT industry, none of Japanese companies have achieved the top 30. So we want to invest in quantum world so that we can revive Japan again as number one. That is the political intention. I am not an expert in quantum technology. I am a politician. So from that perspective, what we expect out of quantum industry is something that had never been achieved with classic computing. The problems that have never been solved with existing technologies should be solved by quantum. For example, if you look at the financial world, the portfolio can be optimized based on risk simulation, and also the traffic jam that we have in Tokyo can be resolved with quantum computing. But beyond that, for a politician, we want to see a fundamental social problems being solved. One is, of course, global climate change, and also more effective catalysts being developed would be very, very good. Or photosynthesis can solve many problems, and drug discovery with highly precise simulation that will help improve our efficiency of drug discovery. And one of the largest problems is the lack of power. The power cost is extremely high in Japan. When you think of the requirements of data centers being built in the future, in AI era, we need to reduce the cost of power generation. So these are some of the focal areas that we look at. In the past, we have already made substantial investment. Back in 2016, the fifth Science and Technology Basic Plan actually mentioned quantum technology. And for the past 10 years since then, we have constantly focused on quantum. And Moonshot Research and Development Program has multiple research and technical development programs. We have seen the emergence of multiple startups in this area. And at the very bottom, we have MITO project. A human resource development project has also made a very good contribution. And currently, the largest focus is placed on G-Quad in AIST, as well as QIH as the innovation testbed. So what we are trying to do is to attract people, not just from within Japan, but from abroad as well. And at the end of last year, we actually secured the supplementary budget of 100 billion yen additional fund. As I said, G-Quads and QIH will have people, devices, and state-of-the-art computing from both within and outside Japan. And I believe, first of all, we have to create a human resource hub and then create Japan's platform made of hardware and software. We have won in technology area, but lost in industry. We don't want to make the same mistake. We want to create viable use cases in the industry so that we can become Japan's number one again. Of course, we would like to get venture capital from overseas venture capital as well, so that we can create global players starting here in Japan. So next fiscal year, 7th Science and Technology Basic Plan will start in the quantum area. 600 billion is the investment target for the coming 5 years. So that's my initial comments. Thank you, Mr. Kihara, for encouraging comments. More than 10 years I've been involved in quantum. I have kept the faith in the future of quantum. Thank you for that comment. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Maeda from Deloitte. Good morning, everyone. I'm from Deloitte Tohmatsu. My name is Maeda. If you could go to the next slide. You might wonder why somebody from Deloitte Tohmatsu is here. You know, we just heard the comments of the national government policy. We are an audit and consulting company, which means that we have many relations with various companies. Some are engaged in research, others may be users of quantum technologies. But before that, we can make initial investment so that our client companies will be able to utilize quantum technologies effectively. So more than other companies, we believe we have to make more investment. And of course, as we make investment decisions, we have to consider a lot of different things. The things that could contribute to common goods of our clients. If there is anything that is beneficial to many others, we have to make initial investment quicker than any other companies and create use cases, not just as an advisor. We want to be the implementer of the use cases. So there will be national government support. Of course, that is important. We also want to extend a helping hand so that the whole scheme will be operated effectively. And we are a member of this ecosystem. Like I said, we are making investment, and research activities of universities are also supported. And at the same time, we're working with various companies to create an ecosystem so that we can mutually progress. Each company has its own different problems, different targets. They will obviously make their independent investment decisions, but we are neutral. We can help these companies connect. And also, to the right, the third one is industry support. We are one of the enabler. It's not just providing support, we will be the implementer as well. Please go to the next page. So research and technology. As you know, Professor Sugisaki, you know him. So we are serious in making investment in academia, helping them to issue new papers. What we have done is not enough. In addition to what we have done, we want to invite many others, researchers, so that they can create research outcomes, and outcomes should be leading to business development, and that should be actually returned back to our clients. And to the left, you see Kihara error correction papers. I'm pretty sure you have read them. And we want to be involved in that. Quantum classic will coexist for the near future. And what is the optimum solution? Kihara and we are working together to consider what could be our optimum solution. Please go to the next page, please. Last week, we had a Sushi Tech, and it is very important to work with the startups. We have Morning Pitch. This is a platform for the startups. We invite several startups so that they can give pitch. We sometimes set as the theme for quantum computings. And the other day, with the Canadian people, we had a discussion about the quantum computing. So we try to link with so many different groups so that we can create an ecosystem. So audience here, I hope that you can come to us and then work together to create the future of quantum computing. Talent development is critically important. And at this moment, we don't have much engineers who can really work on the quantum computings. And I said that our company is supporting quantum computings. And we really have to put more energy, resources, and also time and then money into talent development. So that the companies and also the governments, we create the people who can really control and also develop, including the softwares, the quantum computing. So we really need to have support and collaboration from you to grow the people who can work in this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now let's start the panel discussion here. Mr. Kihara has energetically mentioned about the support from the government, but what are the targets of the Japanese quantum industry? What we are aiming at is, as I said, we want to be number one in the world in the quantum industry. At least as a politician, right now, we still have some supremacy or the capability of the quantum computings, and we have the accumulated very basic research in the academia about the quantum computings. So this superiority should not be just buried down with all other academic research. And at the same time, we really have to clearly show the predictability of the market. I think that is a role of the government. The quantum computing is also a value for manufacturing industry. So lasers and also connectors and also the coolant, very basic element technology for the quantum computings are here. Therefore, that we have to really create the predictable market. And also, we have to work on the very basic research too. We have so much variety in the industry and also businesses, and make sure that these people can really produce use cases in Japan. So the role of the government is to provide budget. That is one thing. And at the same time, government should be an early adapter so that we are able to use the technology. And in these 60s, the FSA and also the Ministry of Labors, and also inviting the businesses into our ecosystem so that we can create more use cases for the future. So use case, hardware, and elemental technology, the governments are really supporting all these areas. Maeda-san, do you have any additional comment? Yes, adding to what Mr. Kihara said, we also have to work with overseas. Japanese technologies are wonderful, and that to be known by foreign countries. And by knowing that, we need to have more investment. So even for the overseas venture capitals, we make sure that they come to Japan, they invest into Japan, which means that we have to give more presentations and then community. But some of the things are close to the national security. So we are developing our own technology, yet we have to collaborate with others. So when you come up with the quantum computings, most of the elemental technologies are here in Japan. So we make use of them, and at the same time collaborating with the overseas people and looking at the future, we really have to collaborate. May I add one comment there? As you said, Mr. Maeda-san, we need to have funding from overseas. Our startup cannot be unicorn. Our company cannot go overseas and be successful. So we want to support that. So quantum industry oriented VCs are very important. So this is not just about the quantum computings. I think this is directly related to the Japanese startup policies. It is not the core theme of this, but when it comes to the LP in the market, when the overseas people try to invest into LP, there is a limitation only up to 25%, or they cannot behave like GP. So there are some limitation for the overseas to invest into us. So we want to improve those conditions too, to invite more foreign investors. We have lots of venture capitals here in the audience, so I think that you have communicated well. I have been looking at the quantum industry, and the great startups overseas usually come up from the academia. And Mr. Kihara, you mentioned about we have accumulation of the great basic research of academia. So I hope that the overseas people will join us to really grow this industry. Well, we have only 2 minutes left, so I would like to have your last message. This is going to be broadcasting later on, so please give your last message to the global audience. I have already said what I wanted to say. Japan is changing. I hope that you will feel that. The government is working on the project, and we are planning to create a global startup campus in Shibuya. This is to having the people from academia, not just in Japan, but also from the overseas, and create a hub for startups. And one of the core theme there is the quantum computings. So this is global startup, GQuat, and also QIH. We have many different bases for the future technology, and we really want to win in this competition. So I hope that you will give us your fundings and also investment to Japan. Then Maeda-san, please. As I said before, that the global partnership becomes even more important. The VCs and also joint ventures of the businesses are more crucial. So we want to make it more smooth to grow these market, and we can help. And as for the fundings, we can adjust or arrange, and we can connect or bridge the people who needs to have money to the investors. And we can also look for the investors who are looking for investment into the promising technology. And at the same time, we are not just advisor. We want to be a player of the quantum industry. So we work with the government, and we support the industry, academia, and also the government. So we are the advisors, but we want to be a player too, and create a new future, and creating more use cases in a number of ways. Thank you very much. Well, that was very encouraging messages. Thank you so much. So with this as the starting point, we hope to really challenge to create the very strong quantum industry here. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございます。